What is up, everyone? I hope you're doing well. My name is Ishaan, and welcome to the video. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I talk about self exploration and through the different practices of physical and mental challenges, I try to decipher more about myself. That way, I can offer my best self to my work and things that I enjoy, my relationships and such, but also I have this innate need to really figure out what life is about, and I like to try out different things and continue to do so. So, if that sounds like up your alley, go check out some of my previous videos and be sure to subscribe. I wrote down a small thing because this was on my mind on the drive back home today. Recently, just a couple days ago, well, I posted a video, and I swear that's probably one of the most raw conversations I've had with myself. And to think that I put it out there for the world to watch, I'm like, damn, dude, like that's a lot. In fact, my that video, go watch it if you haven't already, but you can watch it after this one too. Either way, it won't matter as long as you watch it. I double thought, triple thought, quadruple thought. I don't know how many times, but I was like, should I really post this? Like, do I want people to see this side of me? And yeah, dude, there's parts of me that say yes, and there's parts of me that say no, which puts me in the dilemma of I don't know if I want to post certain videos. Like, is it too intimate or is it not intimate enough? And so on my drive back, I was thinking about why I don't like to post videos, and this is probably gonna be the title of this video. And man, the videos help me a lot, right? Like when I talk things out, I'm thinking things out loud. I'm just that kind of guy who enjoys that, and I get to make realizations along the way when I'm running through my thoughts. Initially, my YouTube journey started as a way or means to become famous or become known because I wanted more respect. But it's crazy how with time, bro, like the internal motivations, the intrinsic motivations really changed because I don't give a fuck about being famous or making money through social media anymore. I'm I more so do it for really myself, and that is one of the more creative mindset switches that I made or developed over the years, which is very rewarding to look back to some extent. But at the same time, I'm here and I'm like, in the past, I felt like my videos were not always very real or not the rawest and didn't exhibit my true self, whereas I was trying to follow a template from other YouTubers. Now it's a complete opposite where I don't even edit my videos. I don't think about what I'm gonna say before the video. Like a topic sometimes just pops up and I'm like, all right, I can dive into this today. And you really get to see the raw, unfiltered shit that goes on. I'll rephrase the raw, unfiltered thought, the raw, unfiltered thoughts that are in my mind about certain topics, and I can yap for hours really. Side note, I really want to build a studio-like setting, so I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to do it and what would be the best way. Because I also want it for my science channel as well. Anyways, so yeah, dude, why I don't like to post videos is because it's a very, dude, it's so raw, it's so expressive. Like these are things that I don't even share with my closest friends sometimes, you know. And I'm putting it out there for social media, like I'm putting it out there for literally anyone to see. That's crazy. But I will say, not everyone actually sees it. Or at least like, you know, a lot of the times in the past I was like, oh my god, what are people gonna think? What is this person gonna say? What is this person gonna think? What if that girl doesn't like me because I'm posting content like this? And you know, it all these thoughts at some point I just came to the conclusion that it doesn't fucking matter. it really doesn't fucking matter if someone doesn't like me for who I am. Why, bruh, like, why do I need to fit your norm to be liked? This is definitely a topic for a separate video, but some of the thoughts that I have, and it's just it's so it's it is hard to really be expressive and comfortable being this way, and I haven't always fully accepted it. It's only been in the more recent months that I've come to be comfortable with my spiritual side and actually be okay and be vocal about me exploring who I am further and not having to hide parts of myself in certain situations. In some ways, it's truly liberating, but in other ways, it's like I feel like I'm giving a lot, like I'm giving so much of myself into something like this that someone who's watching this video, like you're watching this video, you know me, like you're getting an insight, a very deep insight into how I'm thinking and living my life. Like, sure, you don't see the everyday things and the experiences that I have, but you're seeing the learnings from it. You're seeing how it's making me perceive life differently and how my perception evolves over the course of time. And I see it too when I go back to look at my previous videos. If there's anything that I want you to take away from this video though, it's this part. And bro, trust me, take this one and apply it in your life. Don't take life too seriously. It's never too serious because everything that you own, everything that you have, everything that you think you own or you think you have, it could be wiped away in an instant. And everything that you don't have or you think you want, you can have it in an instant. Well, overnight success kind of thing, where you have to put in a lot of work over the years and then you get it kind of such. But you know what I'm driving the point of anything that is material that exists in this external reality, you can to some extent have a hold of it at some point in your life. But it's not gonna change, or it's not gonna truly fulfill internal needs as much. Follow your fucking passion. Follow things that naturally attract you and just try it out. If it works or if you enjoy it, keep doing more of it. Keep getting better at it. If it's not something you enjoy, bro, fuck it. Like, move on. Try something else. Life is really a long journey, and it is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I feel like up until like a couple years ago, I was just living in sprint and survival mode where I'm like, oh my god, like I want to get to this, I want to get to this, I want to get to this, I want to graduate, I want to do this, I want to do this. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, calm down, bro. Calm your tits. Like, relax, breathe, 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 breathe. One more. One more. Use your belly this time too. Bro, relax. You have time. You don't need to be in a rush to get to the next thing. Enjoy your phase right now, because when you get to the next thing, you're gonna miss this one that you're in right now. Every experience in my life, bro, I'm like, oh my god, this is like this is not good, this is not good. But whenever I look back, I mostly remember the good stuff, and I mostly reminisce about the previous times, because that's what I have to compare my current experience to. But nothing's ever gonna be perfect, and that's just life. So you have to figure out that you just have to keep figuring out your path at different phases. But yeah, follow your passion. Don't take life too seriously, because it's really not that serious, you know. And I'm coming at that from a perspective of of a spiritual lens where I'm not my thoughts. I'm not the person who owns everything that I have in my life. I'm the observer that's experiencing a very different kind of reality than my intrinsic nature. In essence, I genuinely believe that I am part of a divine source, or uh, just some form of energy of divinity that's like ever present, always here, and it's always communicating with me. I'm communicating with it in different ways through synchronicities, or other words for miracles, as some people would call them. But like I said, I'm that energy, and that energy manifests in this perceivable form in order to experience a different kind of life and understand and look at things in a different way. Like, there's so much nuance to everything, and that's how I like to see things. I can't see just black and white. I have to. I'll see black, white, but I'll also see that there's this whole spectrum in between the two striking opposites that will never truly be able to understand anything in its entirety unless we step out and keep zooming out, and at the same time also keep really zooming into each part of the spectrum, which is a very interesting thought now that I'm saying it out loud. I was watching this podcast with Lex Friedman and Sarah Walker on YouTube the other day, and Sarah Walker is a scientist, and she mentioned how she's also an astrophysicist or physicist, can't remember exactly. But first, shout out, check out the podcast. Very intriguing, highly intellectual, makes me think crazy things in a really good way. Because I'm like, dang, I never thought of that. And that is such a great point. But she mentioned how we keep, over the years, we keep zooming into the atom, and we figure out, atoms are made up of smaller molecules, and those smaller molecules are made up of even, or smaller matter, and then there's that small matter is made up of even smaller matter, so we can continue to keep zooming in. And you can do the same with the fucking universe. You can keep fucking zooming out, we zoom out, you're seeing like solar system, you zoom out, you see solar systems, you zoom out, you see a fucking galaxy, you zoom out, you see galaxies, you zoom out, you're seeing clusters of galaxies and super clusters of galaxies, and then you're zooming out the observable universe. So if you keep zooming out, where do you end up? Do you see multiple universes that are just spheres existing in the same place and time instantaneously, but you can't access them? Okay, that went on a tangent for a scientist instead, so let me come back to Earth real quick. That was funny. That was funny as hell. But anyways, my point with that was, there's nuance in everything. There's no black and white. There's no specific or set answer to anything. I don't need to take life so seriously sometimes, yo. Like, I just need to breathe and chill out and just exist. Like, bro, cook some nice food, enjoy some nice food, like, breathe, relax. All your work is getting done. It's gonna get done. You're gonna get to the next thing. It's okay. Like, breathe, just breathe, and you're gonna be fine. And for me, I'm gonna keep posting the videos because as much, it's just, I'm still hitting the duality of it, dude. I'm just like, oh my god. I'm like, on one way, on one side, it's so expressive and so raw that I feel embarrassed and very vulnerable to let people into that side of me. On the other hand, I'm like, if I don't do that, how the fuck am I supposed to find people who are on that same wavelength? Think about that. If you don't, another thing to get out of the video, I guess, if you don't authentically express your true self and hide parts of yourself in certain situations, how can you truly expect to find the people who are like-minded or want to explore the world in a nuanced way? There's no way. There's absolutely no way. There's no way for you to put yourself, there's no way for you to not put yourself out there and just randomly come across or find people that also align with that mindset. You just can't do it. Or at least in my life, I feel like I found that that is extremely difficult to do. Because, dude, up until a few months ago, really, I barely met any spiritual like people or spiritually inclined people. Literally, it was so rare. Maybe once in a few years. I'm just trying to think back. I can't even remember. But it was in the past a year ish. I would say is when I finally started to actually meet more spiritual people or spiritually inclined people, and that was partially because I started to vocalize those beliefs. I started to vocalize what was actually in my mind instead of hiding it or just not mentioning it to anyone. But that's the duality I'm facing right now, and 16 minutes in, bro. That's a long video. So if you made it this far into it, I truly appreciate you. I'm glad you tuned in and hope you got something out of the video. Let me know in the comments below if there's certain parts that you found intriguing or if there's something that you want me to talk about at some point. Yeah? Anyways, I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye-bye.